Hello and welcome to another episode of the program from the State Assemblies. On this episode, ad hoc committee of the Kaduna State Assembly recommended investigation of alleged financial misappropriation by former Governor El-Rufai. Osun Assembly holds public hearing on the Osun State Estate Agency Regulatory Authority Bill 2024. Justice Bayelsa Assembly summoned State Commissioner for Education and others for alleged truancy by school teachers. Details of these and many more will be coming your way shortly. I'm Joshua Ogunjide, your host. Welcome back. We begin from the northwest Nigeria, where an ad hoc committee of inquiry constituted by the Kaduna State House of Assembly to look into loans acquired and projects executed by the state government from May 29, 2015 to May 29, 2023 recommended that the former governor, Nasiru El-Rufai, and others involved in the alleged financial misappropriation should be investigated. Mohammed Ajingi reports.
While presenting the report during plenary, the chairman of the ad hoc committee, Magaji Harry Danjuma, highlighted that due process were not followed in securing some of the loans, and the loans were not used for the purpose they were obtained for during the El-Rufai's administration.
The chief advisor, councillor to the governor of Kaduna State from May 29, 2015 to May 29, 2023, abused the trust bestowed on him and used the opportunity to introduce dubious companies to which he secured the award of several contracts at outrageous amount, and which contracts were abandoned after payments of substantial contractual sums.
Speaker of the Kaduna State House of Assembly, Yusuf Liman Ahiru, says a total of over 400 billion naira was allegedly siphoned by the El-Rufai's administration, leaving the state with huge liabilities.
When His Excellency Malam Nasiru Ahmed El-Rufai took over governance of Kaduna State, mopped up cash in the state paid into the TSA amounting to 34 billion naira.
The committee, however, recommended for the investigation and prosecution of the former Kaduna State Governor Nasiru Ahmed El-Rufai and some members of his cabinet indicted by the report of the ad hoc committee for alleged abuse of office through the award of contracts without due process, diversion of public funds, as well as plugging Kaduna State into heavy debts.
In Kano State, the House of Assembly approved the extension of tenure for interim management officers of all the 44 local government councils across the state. This came to light when the chairman of the Committee on Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Zubairu Masu, presented his report. Samira Shira completes the story.
Last week, the Kano State House of Assembly received a correspondence from the Ministry for Local Government seeking the extension of tenure for local government executives across the state for another 3 months, and were screened this Monday by the ad hoc subcommittees of the House. They were also found worthy of approval. Therefore, in view of the provisions of the Kano State Local Government Law of 2006, the committee recommended the extension of the tenures of interim management committees of all the 44 local government areas in the state from 8th of June to 7th of September 2024.
The committee of the state have effectively and efficiently discharged their duties peacefully without fear or favor, and in accordance with their functions and duties as contained in the Kano State Local Government Law 2006. Accordingly, the committee have not found any of the interim management committee member guilty of misconduct or abuse of office in the last 3 months in the office.
Meanwhile, Representative Suleiman Mukhtar Ishaq of Madobi constituency sponsored a motion calling on the state government to upgrade Alhaji Akilu Madobi Hospital to the status of a general hospital, which the House unanimously agreed to.
In the North Central, the Benue State House of Assembly repealed the law that provides former elected governors and their deputies pensions and other privileges after serving the state. Assembly correspondent Grace Ichekwa reported that 3 other bills were also passed at plenary. The report.
The 4 bills include a bill for a law to repeal a law to make provisions for maintenance of former elected governors of the state and their deputies, which seeks to stop the bill to make provisions for pensions for former elected governors. A bill for a law to provide for the retirement age and enhance remuneration of magistrates and legal officers of the Ministry of Justice in Benue State, which seeks to increase retirement age of magistrates and legal workers of the ministry. A bill for a law to prohibit harassment and extortion of money from investors, developers, and businessmen in Benue State, popularly known as matching ground. And a bill for a law to regulate the engagement of casual workers in the state public service. After a close-to-close debate on these bills, the clerk read them for the 3rd time and they were passed.
For a law to regulate the engagement of casual workers in the Benue State public service and the purposes connected therewith. 3rd meeting. A bill for a law to prohibit the extortion of money from investors, developers, and businessmen in Benue State, popularly called matching ground, and purposes connected therewith. 3rd meeting. A bill for a law to provide for the retirement age and enhance remunerations of magistrates and legal officers in the Ministry of Justice in Benue State and for other purposes connected therewith. 2024. 3rd meeting. A bill to repeal a law to make provision for the maintenance of former elected governors of the state and their deputies or other matters connected to 2024. See as a bill for law to provide for the retirement age and enhance the conduct of the magistrates and legal officers in the Ministry of Justice in Benue State and for other purposes connected therewith. 2024. See as a bill to prohibit harassment, extortion of money from land developers, popularly known as matching ground, violence and preventive conduct related to landed properties, and for purpose connected therewith. 2024. CFI.
Meanwhile, 2 bills were stepped down for further legislative actions. During plenary, a motion calling on the Benue State Urban Development Board to clear attachment of shops in Makudi and Gboko was moved by the majority leader, Sate Tise.
That the environment in the marketplaces in these urban areas has become an issue nationally, where shops are being attached to original ones, and it makes traders and even buyers in the market choke.
Some members in their contributions appealed that clearing should be extended to all the local government areas of the state.
No environment should harbor only one market. That market is long overdue for a split. As administrator, one-time administrator of Gboko local government, I attempted to clear those makeshift shops.
When they were constructing this underpass, there was one street that connects people from close to beside the filling station. All the people now left their shop, they come and did this make shop and they were selling there.
Also during plenary, Dr. Bem Fasema Mela was confirmed Deputy Clerk of the Benue State House of Assembly.
In Niger, the State House of Assembly called on the executive to, as a matter of urgency, enhance the payment of pension and gratuity of retirees in the state. Musa Bikai reported that the House also received a matter of urgent public importance, calling on the executive to assist those affected by the windstorm disaster, which affected more than 12 communities across the state.
Member representing Suleja constituency, Muritala Adamu Badaru, in a motion calling on the executive to enhance the gratuity and pension of retirees in the state, said during the verification exercise conducted some months ago, assurance was given by the State Pension Board that payment of benefit for all captured retirees will be made without delay and that their welfare will not be compromised. However, till date, the benefits are yet to be paid to any retirees in the state.
This Honorable House, as a representative of the people, has not relented in expressing its concern over the non-payment of gratuity and pension of many retirees in the state, leading to extreme hardship experienced by these senior citizens. Government need to urgently look into the plight of these retirees.
The House, after contributions by various members, resolved that the attention of the executive be called upon to enhance welfare of the retirees in the state. A motion on matter of urgent public importance by the member representing Kaja constituency, Abdel Malik Balaya Kubu, calling on the executive arm to assist the more than 20 communities affected by windstorm in Kaja local government, was also presented. Similarly, member representing Munya constituency, Haruna Duza, also presented a motion for the government to, as a matter of urgency, intervene and call on the federal government to come to the aid of the people of Kuchi, where 150 people were abducted by suspected bandits.
As a matter of extreme urgency, intervene as well as urge the federal government to deploy security operatives to Kuchi village, as well as other areas that have ravaged by bandits and banditry attacks.
The situation is actually terrible because you practically see women. There was one that was just carrying, like she did not even have enough strength for herself, but she was just dragging the child while trying to run. We have a senator. Now, apart from the people we were trying to invite, I think I would like to know what the local government chairman have done thus far.
The House thereafter resolved that a minute silence be observed for the repose of the soul of 8 people who lost their life, and also urged the state government to call for the deployment of more security operatives to Kuchi village and other villages affected.
Moving on to the southwest, the Osun State House of Assembly vowed to implement all the submissions by stakeholders during a public hearing on Osun State Estate Agency Regulatory Authority Bill 2024 for growth of the people and the state at large. Meanwhile, Maumi reported that the public hearing took place at the hallowed chamber of the House. His report.
The Speaker, represented by his deputy, Right Honorable Akiode Oyewusi, described the public hearing as a mechanism through which the legislators receive information, opinion, and alternative ways on a proposed or pending piece of legislation of other matters. He noted that the proposed Osun State Estate Agency Regulatory Authority Bill 2024 is long overdue and added that when eventually passed into law, it would form the rules and regulations for the practice of estate agency in the state and thereby providing appropriate sanctions to unlicensed estate agents in Osun State.
The conduct of the public hearing is one of the vital legislative activities both at the state and the national levels. Public hearing is a mechanism through which the legislature obtains information, expert opinions, and alternative perspectives on a proposed or pending piece of legislation or other matters.
The sponsor of the bill, the Majority Leader, Honorable Babajide Koforola, noted that the 8th Assembly would continue to protect the interests of tenants, buyers, and others in the state.
The proposed Osun State Estate Agent Regulatory Authority is a crucial step toward achieving these goals by implementing guidelines and upholding high standard of practice. These authorities aim to protect the interests of property owners.
The stakeholders promise to avoid extorting members of the public who transact businesses with them, while urging government to do its own part on legislation. In their various contributions, the lawmakers commended the contribution of relevant stakeholders who solicited for reduction in transaction fee.
The most important thing in this house is what our people are told. We feel in this house, this bill, when passed into law, is going to affect the whole of Osun State. And because shelter is very, very important.
The bill, which is yet to be passed into law, has been accepted by the stakeholders at the public hearing, and they are looking forward to the passage.
The Ondo State House of Assembly has committed the bill seeking the establishment of a management board for secondary schools in the state to the House Committee on Education for further legislative process. Ifeoluwa Omoshile reported on these and other activities on the floor of the House.
At the plenary session presided over by the Speaker Olamide Oladiji, the lawmakers warmly welcomed the executive bill seeking the establishment of a board for the management of secondary schools in the state. The motion for the second reading of the bill was passed and seconded, allowing legislators to discuss its merits. Several lawmakers voiced their support, emphasizing the need for comprehensive transformation and development of secondary schools in the state, commending the bill as a crucial step towards achieving this goal.
So if you go to secondary school in Ondo State, presently, no staff room, no library, most of the schools. The few ones that we even have the structure, no teachers. So by the establishment of this board, I think a new leaf. And we are going to turn a new leaf in Ondo State, and our education will experience a great development.
The supervision will be total, and at the same time, the evaluation, there's going to be a strong way of evaluating the performances of the active player in that sector.
Following the debate, the bill was committed to the House Committee on Education for detailed scrutiny and further legislative action. If passed, the bill aims to ensure discipline, enhance supervision, and address existing gaps in the secondary education system, ultimately improving service delivery. In another significant development, a private member bill sponsored by the Parliamentary Secretary Moyonlorun Ogunwumiju, titled "A Bill for a Law to Prohibit Forceful Entry and Illegal Occupation of Landed Properties, Violent and Fraudulent Conducts in relation to landed properties in Ondo State," passed its second reading. Ogunwumiju and other supporters of the bill highlighted the pervasive issue of land grabbing in the state, which has resulted in significant financial losses for many residents.
The bill, another aspect of the bill is that it's going to protect landowners from dubious agents where in our communities we have noticed that some agents come and sell properties to 2-3 different people. These agents are a menace to the society.
Our right to succumb, they will have majority so succumb.
Honorable member, the motion has been moved and duly seconded that a law prohibit forcible entry and illegal occupation with landed properties, violent and fraudulent conduct in relation to landed property in those states, and for the purpose connected therewith. Say aye. Those against say nay. I have it. Thank you, Honorable Member.
They underscored the urgent need for legislative measures to curb the activities of land grabbers. The lawmakers expressed optimism that the passage of the land-grabbing law would put an end to such illicit activities, thereby promoting lawfulness and unity within the state.
In a related development, the Bayelsa State House of Assembly has resolved to summon the Commissioner for Education, the Executive Secretary and the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education, Bayelsa State Universal Basic Education Board, and all education inspectors in the state to appear before the House for questioning. These resolutions follow the motion on teachers' truancy and habitual late coming in public primary and secondary schools, presented by member representing Ekirimo Constituency 2, meeting Ebiba Ikebina. Valtua Perihawe, who was at the plenary, filed the report.
It was a strong debate at the Bayelsa State House of Assembly over the motion raised by the member representing the Ekirimo Constituency 2 on the lackadaisical attitude of teachers in the state's primary and secondary schools. Lawmakers argued in favor of the motion.
Concern that students in these undeserved areas are deprived of quality education, exacerbating social challenges and perpetuating cycles of inequality within society. Aware that there are also very disturbing allegations of unethical conspiracies between teachers and school administrators, where teachers offer financial inducements in order to evade attendance requirements. Such collusions undermine the authority of school management and perpetuate a culture of impunity among educators, further eroding public trust in the quality and credibility of our education system.
Other lawmakers expressed their views, faulting the current education system managers for neglecting supervision, which was a standard practice in the 80s and 90s.
This is barbaric and counterproductive, Mr. Speaker. It is unacceptable. We need to rise to the occasion. Should anything go wrong, we should be held responsible.
In the midst of the crime of unemployment in society, our few that have the opportunity to be engaged by the government, paying the taxpayers' money to teach our children, turn around to act in this wicked manner of being truant, of being ghosts, and mostly, as aptly captured in the motion, mostly in collaboration with administrators of some of these schools, in other words, the principals and head teachers of these schools.
Some of these people that have been employed by the state government, wherein taxpayers' monies are being used to pay these teachers, are no doubt denying these children for proper education.
The Eagle Comprehensive Secondary School in Lebanon, Mr. Speaker, there are only 2 teachers. 2 teachers. How come 2 tutors will take care of 6 classrooms, Mr. Speaker? They were to take 25 subjects a day. How come 2 teachers?
After the debate, Speaker of the House, Abraham Ongobere, and his members resolved to invite the relevant government officials for questioning.
You're watching the program from the State Assemblies, where we review legislative activities in the State Assemblies across the country. Time now to go on a short break. The program continues shortly with more reports. Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. As Governor Basi Otu clocks 1 year in office, the Cross River State House of Assembly has commended his infrastructure development initiative and people-oriented policies geared towards transforming the state to greater heights. Udak Etim reported that the 10th Assembly pledged continuous synergy with the executive arm of government to execute its plans through passage of good legislations. A report.
It has been noticed that 1 year in office, Governor Basi Otu is making significant progress in infrastructure development, especially on road rehabilitation and in other sectors of the economy, as adjudged by members of the Cross River State House of Assembly. The House applauds the action plans, policies and programs put in place to improve the living standard of the people. Believing in his first people's mantra, members of the 10th Assembly also commended the present administration's efforts in developing the state and assured of continuous synergy through good legislation.
But peradventure, the executive is a proactive one and acts on them. It allows us the latitude to be more steadfast and committed to what we are doing here. So the executive, I must commend them, have been very responsive.
We have a wonderful governor in the person of His Excellency Senator Basia too, to be able to establish that wonderful relationship, because all of us have one purpose, we have one vision for our perseverance.
I want to also thank the governor for giving us that enabling environment. You see, I always say this, that in any organization, in a state, or in any association, if they really want to succeed, the leader must live by example. And today we have a governor that is full step, have given us a direction.
With the speed and the way the governor is going right now, I think the governor will take us very far. What he has started today, if he continues like that for the next 4 years, I think Cross River State will be in the right direction.
Others are of the opinion that Governor Otu's administration has fared well within the period under review.
Since the emergence of the present administration, led by His Excellency Prince Basil Otu, so many things have turned around in the state. You see, rural rehabilitation, which is not only in capital city, but it is being spread across the 3 senatorial districts.
I must commend His Excellency, the Governor, Senator Prince Basil Otu, for what he has achieved so far. I'm so impressed with him, especially as it concerns infrastructure.
His Excellency Governor Basil Otu has done very well. I score him 99%. He has done well in terms of infrastructural development in the state. He has done well also in terms of human capital development.
The people of the state are advised to exercise patience, as the governor will do his best to deliver dividends of democracy to the 18 local government area of the state.
We are so satisfied and grateful to God for the gift of Governor Umo Eno, who works with a good conscience and the fear of God in executing life-touching projects for Akwa Ibom people. These are the words used by members representing Honor State constituency in a matter of urgent public importance, while drawing the attention of the House to outstanding performance of Governor Umo Eno within the period of 1 year in office. Iskak Okon filed the report.
In an acceptance to the matter by member for Honor following a motion for adoption of the matter by member representing Turubim State constituency Otobon Bob and seconded by member for Mbo Effiong Johnson.
Speaker, I think it's very important to commend His Excellency and his position. Since he has come in, he has ensured the unity of our governments.
236 votes commissioned in 355 days of his administration. It's a commendable feat.
All members in attendance applauded the excellent performance of Governor Moino within 1 year in office and therefore passed a vote of confidence on him to continue in office with his Arise agenda for the collective interests of Akwa Ibom people.
And as a very responsive and sensitive governor, decided to put money in the pocket of citizens of Akwa Ibom State. And that really by paying the gratuity of retired teachers.
For trying to put food on the table of everyone by coming up with various programs and lottery programs, projects and initiatives.
A man whose journey is one of unwavering commitment to the people of Akwa Ibom State, marked by integrity, compassion, and an unyielding passion for progress.
The Speaker of Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Udemotong, noted with delight Pastor Moino's approach to governance, describing as all-inclusive across ethics, religious and party lines.
Since His Excellency assumed office, he has demonstrated unwavering commitment and unyielding passion in the development of the estates, As our Chief Executive Officer, he has made giant strides towards sustaining the peace, as well as deepening the unity of our people.
As Governor Moino mark is 1 year in office, it is the hope of the legislature that the second year in office will continue to witness more infrastructural development in the state.
Meanwhile, the Cross River State Assembly has resolved its grievances and passed a vote of confidence on the Speaker, Albert Ayambem, as affirmation to support good governance. Udo Ketim again filed the report.
It would be recalled that the Cross River State House of Assembly had on Wednesday, 22nd May 2024, experienced a legislative disruption leading to impeachment of the Speaker of the 10th Assembly, Albert Ayambem. The issue, which has since been resolved, prompted the House to pass a vote of confidence on the Speaker during plenary of Tuesday, 28 May 2024, on a motion moved by the member representing Yakor 1 State Constituency, Cyril Omini, and was seconded by member representing Etung State Constituency, Kingsley Ntui.
This House experienced the normal legislative back and forth. But because what is very powerful to us is that we want governance for the state and we want the best for the state, it is on that note to move a motion that a vote of confidence be passed on Mr. Speaker.
I rise to second that motion as ably moved by my colleague, Honorable Cyril James Omini, Yakor 1 State Constituency. I so set.
Investigations are made. They are not finality. Investigation needs to be done. And after these allegations were made, they actually drew the attention of everybody to this allegation, and investigations were actually done. And some of the allegations were debunked from the result of the investigation that were carried out.
Whatever happened last week was a matter of misunderstanding between members. And now we have resolved that issue and we move forward.
Earlier in his remark, Speaker of the 10th Assembly reiterated the need for the House to continue working in unity.
I realized at first we were brothers from different walks of life before finding ourselves in the Cross River State House of Assembly. And the long protracted meeting and have, as a matter of urgency, decided that the Speaker of the 10th Assembly should sit as Speaker.
The vote of confidence passed on the Speaker is an affirmation of the House to support good governance for the advancement of Cross River State.
Meanwhile, another member of the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Asuko Nana, officially defected from the Young Progressives Party YPP to the People's Democratic Party PDP. Nana, who announced this, says his defection is as a result of division among leadership of the party in the state. Let's have the details of these again from Mr. Kakokon.
The lawmaker who represents Ikono State constituency in Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Asuko Nana, appreciates the leadership and members of Young Progressive Party in the state and the country for his election into the state legislature and pledged his loyalty to support the leadership of People's Democratic Party and development of the state.
The entire structure of the YPP has emptied into the People's Democratic Party. It's not only expedient, but men that exit and join the movement. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, it is my pleasure to hereby inform this honorable House that due to the aforementioned reasons, I have resigned my membership from the Young Progressive Party YPP. I'm defected this morning to the People's Democratic Party.
Some lawmakers commended him for such a bold decision.
Mr. Speaker, it is with great joy we in PDP welcome back our brother who went on a journey of self-discovery
for the benefits of the people in the other parties, formerly known as the party. So, Mr. Speaker, as a party and as members of the great party, the largest umbrella that can accommodate all, we are very happy to welcome you back.
But the nature of the leadership, that it will be recorded for you that when you assume leadership as a Speaker of the Assembly, you only have 24 members from PDP. But in less than 1 year, you have made every members to fall in line with the PDP. It couldn't come to you, Mr. Speaker.
The Speaker, Kwaibo State House of Assembly, Udemoto, congratulates him and welcome him into People's Democratic Party.
The umbrella party that accommodates everybody. The party that is doing well in Abuja since 1999. You are welcome and God bless you.
Asukwa Nana is the second person to defect from the Young Progressive Party, YPP, to People's Democratic Party, PDP, making Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly a full PDP-membered legislature.
And back to Southwest, where the Ekiti State House of Assembly held a special plenary in honor of its retired clerk, Tola Eson. At the special plenary, members acknowledged the contributions of the clerk to the legislative arm of the state government. Adeji Ogushake filed the report.
After 35 years meritorious service and reached the peak of his career as the clerk of Ekiti State House of Assembly, it is time for Mr. Tola Eson to pen down to start another phase of life. The Speaker, Adeoye Aribasoye, congratulated the clerk for the journey of the 35 years in government service, adding that he has contributed in many ways to the state legislature through his wealth of experience.
On a number of occasions, you come to me privately to also advise on what to do, how to do it, on what not to do, and how not to do it. This you have exhibited very well. Whatever achievement we have recorded within the last 1 year of presiding over the affairs of this house, I hold to you also.
It was glowing tribute from 7 lawmakers, one after the other, who acknowledged the administrative competence of the clerk. According to them, his good quality as administrative head in the assembly has made the state assembly ranked among the best in the committee of legislative houses in the country. Some former legislators of the house who had worked with the retiring clerk acknowledged him for his humility, diligence, hard work, dedication and commitment to work, a situation they said has have positive impacts on the assembly. They prayed for God's guidance as he starts another phase of life.
So diligent. I respected him more when I worked with him as Deputy Speaker of this place, and especially when I acted as Speaker during the demise of my boss in the Sister Assembly.
You now have a better opportunity to deploy your talent, wide knowledge, extensive administrative skills, and managerial experience to add value to yourself and people of your immediate community.
Whatever man does in life goes after them. Continue the way you have been doing, and God is your strength.
Tola Eson appreciated members of the House for the honor and challenged those he is leaving behind to be diligent in their duties.
Without sounding immodest, it requires exceptional grace of God to have served under many right honorable speakers in the legislation that is full of political challenges, varied interests, attrition and brickbats. There is always an unseen banana peel beside the seat of the clerk to make the ground slippery. It needs no brainer to agree that God really works for me and works with me.
Mr. Tola Eson became the clerk of the House in the year 2013 as the 6th clerk and the 2nd substantive clerk of the Assembly.
We've come to the end of this episode of the program, but remember, you can still watch our news and other programs on our social media handles scrolling on your screen. Let's do this again next week. I'm Joshua Okuchide. Thanks for staying tuned and goodbye.